What is happening, guys? Jason here, back again for another YouTube video. I am here for my anticipated Q&A video. Now, I made a video a week or two ago asking you guys if you had any questions for me to answer in a future Q&A video. I'm here to answer that for you guys now in this video. I apologize, it is a little bit late. The reason for that is, there've been a lot of background noise when I've been wanting to upload, when I'm wanting to make this video. There's been a lot of noise around here, around the village. They've been doing a bit of construction work around this area, so it's been very noisy. I wanted to film this outside numerous times, but it's just been a lot of background noise, and it was very distracting. So, and also we've been a little bit busy around here. We had Ganesh Chaturthi, which is like the Lord Ganesha, the Hindu god. It was his celebration, his annual celebration of his birth, and that was on the 31st of August. It's usually a 10-day sort of thing, but that was the first day of that, and we went to the temple in Khon Kaen. If you guys have seen that little temple that I've been to in Khon Kaen, where it was like a really creepy sort of shrine there, I'll leave the video up on the screen somewhere so you guys can check it out if you haven't seen that already. But I went and revisited that with Anna and her family this time, and yeah, it was great. We said our prayers, made our wishes, that sort of thing. So we went there. I've watched my good old Collingwood team in the first week of the finals against Geelong. Unfortunately, we lost very, very narrowly. I think we were a bit stiff in that match, honestly. I don't like to say like excuses, like I don't like to make excuses. Yes, Geelong were the better team. We led for most of the game. Unfortunately, I think I'm just gonna say it. The umpires, man, what a joke these umpires are. Seriously, guys, these umpires, I'm not talking about this Collingwood and Geelong stuff. They have been absolutely horrendous all year, and I hope next season that this really gets changed, that there's a really big focus on these umpires, man. Just disgraceful effort. Numerous holding the ball decisions should have been paid in this game with Collingwood and Geelong yesterday in favour of Collingwood. It was just disgraceful. With the Ginnivan one, of course, as usual, doesn't get paid. I'm just over it, guys. But anyway, we're still in the finals. I'm still very positive. We played an outstanding game. I still feel we played an outstanding game. We were unlucky to get the win. But on to the next week. We play Fremantle in the semi-finals next week. We've still got another chance. And yeah, I don't think we should take them lightly at all. This is going to be a very big challenge. And yeah, we'll have to see what happens, guys. I'm optimistic, but quietly optimistic. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's get into this Q&A video, guys. I've got some questions here that I'll be answering, and yeah, let's see what you guys think, and you guys can hear the answers from your questions. So let's get into this video, guys. All right, the first question comes from Sam Mo. He actually didn't comment his question on the Q&A video. It was on another video, but I thought I would include this in this video here, because I think a lot of people would actually be curious about this as well, and I think it would be very helpful to some of you. So this question comes from Sam Mo. He says, how do you transfer money to Thailand? Do you transfer your money from Ozbank to Thai Bank via Wise? Sometimes when we try to transfer money in Oz, bank sends code to our mobile. How do you do that when you're in Thailand and try to transfer Australian Bank to Thai Bank? Do you have an Australian mobile number in Thailand? Which Australian bank you use? All right, so yeah, this is, I'm now again, guys, I'm not an expert on this. I have lived in Thailand for about 2 years now. I'm not an expert whatsoever. I'm learning as I go, So just recently, actually, I think this would be very helpful. A few months ago, I actually got a Thai bank account. I got a Thai bank account with Kasikorn Bank. I think they're the easiest bank to deal with if you're a foreigner. They got the most sort of benefits if you're a foreigner as well. So yeah, and my girlfriend obviously is with Kasikorn, so she recommended that as well. But I went with Kasikorn Bank. I really needed to get a Thai bank because it was just getting ridiculous having to go to the ATM every time to withdraw money with those ridiculous ATM fees. But got a Thai bank account, it makes it a lot easier. So but yeah, the process of getting my money from Australia to Thailand. So basically, a lot of you guys will probably disagree with my method that I use at the moment. It is the most common one, but yeah, sometimes they charge quite a lot of fees, but recently they've been very good and very helpful. I use Western Union. Usually as the rates have been pretty good. So what I will do, they would offer me they use this Poly method, Poli. It's via Australia Post or something like that, and they actually transfer the money directly from your bank account in Australia using Western Union to whatever Thai bank account. You can either do it to your Thai bank account, or you can pick it up in cash in any Western Union sort of office or something like that. But yeah, that's what I used to do before. They do charge a higher fee. I think it's like $4 Australian to actually pick up the cash in person, but if you're sending it to a Thai bank account, it's only 99 cents. And usually the conversion rates are very, very good recently. They've been around 24 baht to 25 baht per $1 Australian dollar. So they've been very, very good. And yeah, it's been very, very similar to other programs like Wise and those sort of things. I've never really used Wise too much. I've just stuck to the usual Western Union lately because the conversion rates have been pretty good. So that's what I use, Western Union. I might give Wise a go, you know, in the next few months maybe. I might give it a try, but I haven't had any issues with Western Union. They're the most common method used for that sort of thing, so I'm still going to continue using them, I think. But yeah, they've been pretty helpful. Regarding the bank code, the usual, like they'll send you a code to make the payment before sending the money, as most banks will do. Like if you're making a payment anywhere, and the bank will automatically ask for a code, an SMS sort of code, and they'll SMS it to your Australian number prior to the payment. Now with Commonwealth Bank, I'm with Commonwealth Bank back in Australia, and they don't actually send it to my number directly. They actually send it to the app. I think they do both. They actually send the SMS directly through to the CommBank app, the NetBank app, or something like that. The CommBank app, I'm pretty sure it's called. And yeah, if you have that app already downloaded, they'll send it straight through in the app. You don't need to have an Australian number while you're over here in Thailand. It will directly be sent to the app. And then, yeah, that's the way to do it. And I've had no dramas with that. I have had dramas with ING. ING, they didn't actually send it through to the app. They would send it only through the Australian number before. I don't know if that's changed, but I've stuck with Commonwealth Bank now. It was a pretty shame that I couldn't use the ING sort of thing, but here we are. We're much easier now with the CommBank, and then sending it straight through to my Thai bank. So yeah, that's my method, guys. If you guys have any different methods, please comment down below. You know, it might be helpful to other people as well as myself. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I'm not doing the right way with Western Union, but yeah, leave your comments down below. I would love to hear them as well. But thanks, Sam, for your question. I really appreciate that. It's a very, very good question. All right, next question is from Chris. So we've got Chris asking, I have been watching a lot about Khmer Rouge in Cambodia. I feel deeply sorry for those people who died under Khmer Rouge. Would you be keen to go to Phnom Penh, just you and me, a simple trip, even by bus or flight, to see killing fields, Toll Sling Prison Museum, that sort of thing? Yeah, thanks for your question, Chris. I don't know a whole lot about Cambodia, honestly, about the Khmer Rouge. I haven't done a lot of research. I've never been to Cambodia myself, so I'm not too sure about that. It looks like a beautiful place, but it's still somewhere I'm probably not too focused on right now. Maybe in the future one day, but yeah, it would be cool to see Cambodia, but it's not in my plans right now, Chris. But I appreciate the offer, man. Thank you so much. But if you're going to Cambodia, please let me know how the experience was, or how it was, and yeah, I would love to hear that as well. But it's just not in my plans right now. I've got a lot to focus on here in Thailand. I'm applying for my girlfriend's visa and that sort of thing. So that's really my main focus. One of those main focuses for Australia, for her visa there. So I'm just enjoying my time in Thailand, and yeah, maybe Cambodia will be in the plans for the future, maybe a few years from now. But right now, it's looking like Thailand right now. But thanks for your question, Chris. I really appreciate it. Chris, the next question also from Chris. He asks, "Hey Jason, it's me again. I know you like Collingwood. Yes, I like Richmond Tigers, resilient team. What visa are you applying for your girlfriend? How long do you think it will take?" So yeah, that's great. Richmond Tigers, man, they're a good team. You know, they had a great run a few years ago. They're a very resilient team. They were looking like they were going to win against Brisbane a few days ago in that final, but yeah, just couldn't get it done. But yeah, what visa are you applying for your girlfriend? So for my girlfriend Anna, for Australia, I'll be applying for the visitor visa, I believe it's called. It's basically like a tourist visa, sort of a 3-month visa that I'm applying for at this stage. She's never been outside of Thailand regardless, so I'm just going for the tourist visa right now. And I think it would be cool for her to see my country, see my hometown, see my family and friends, that sort of thing. And yeah, I think it will be really good opportunity, and that's why I'm trying to do it as soon as possible to try and get it done. How long do I think it will take? Well, yeah, this is the question, because recently I'd been told that a few months ago, actually, they were saying, it was going to take a month maximum waiting time for the processing time for this visa, but now it's actually jumped to 4 months. 4 months waiting time. I believe there is a large shortage in staff at the Australian Embassy in Bangkok, and this is the reason why they are for the delay in processing visas. I know a lot of people I've checked in with the Facebook groups for Australians in Thailand, those sort of things, where they've been applying for their girlfriends or wives for their visas, and they've been waiting 3 to 4 months as well with no result. They haven't heard back from anyone regarding that. So yeah, it's as usual with Australia right now, a lot of shortages everywhere. I hate to say bad things about Australia. I feel like I'm always saying bad things about Australia right now, but it's ridiculous right now everywhere. But yeah, this hopefully gets resolved very soon, and hopefully it won't take too long for my girlfriend's visa to get approved and processed. I have just applied for it last week. I think it was last week. I sent in all my paperwork, and I did go through a visa agency because I wanted it to be done with guarantees. Like, I just wanted it to be done by a professional for the first time, so then for the future times that I have to apply for it, then I can do it myself. But the first time, I feel like I really wanted to do it with an agency so it can be done and with no hassle and that sort of thing. So yeah, wish me luck, guys. Hopefully that goes all well and good. I have a good feeling about it. It might take a little bit longer than usual, but I think it will get approved. I don't see why not anyway, because I've got some really good paperwork, and I prepared a really good set of documents. So yeah, I have a good feeling about it, but let's see what happens. But thanks, Chris, for your question. Really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, the next question comes from Biggles1222. He says, "Hey Jason, just wondering what kind of budget you survive on each month." Very good question, a very commonly asked question as well, that I get a lot. So basically, I survive roughly around 1,500 Australian dollars per month. I think it works out to be around 38,000 baht, something along the lines, 38 to 40,000, around that range. Yeah, that's the budget I live on right now. A lot of people might say, it's not a whole lot of money to live on, but yeah, this is what I live on basically. This is my budget, especially in the village right now. I don't have a whole lot of things to pay off. It's I don't travel. I'm not living in the big cities anymore, so I'm living in the village. It's a lot cheaper. Things are a lot cheaper around here, of course, so that definitely helps out with the budget. But yeah, this is my budget that I survive on every month. Yeah, so I hope that helps. But let me know, guys, if you're living in Thailand, what sort of budget you survive on per month, so you guys can compare with me. And yeah, we can see how we go. But yeah, thanks for your question, Biggles. Appreciate that, and hope that helps. All right, next question from Belv. He's got the Collingwood logo on his profile picture. Great team there, mate. Great choice. I love it. He is asking, how do you generate your income to fly over and live there? Example, shares, ETFs, work online. That's great. Another great question. It's a question I also get asked a lot. And generating my income, basically, I have a rental property back home in Australia that I rent out to tenants, and this is how I sort of get my money every month. This is my sort of main income that I get, and that's from my rental property back home in Australia. I also do a little bit of work online. Recently, I've been doing a bit of work online. There's a website that I use called Upwork. It's more for like freelancing sort of jobs. I highly recommend it if you guys are interested in doing something like that. I thought it would not be something that would work for me. Like, I thought oh, you have to be doing this for a whole lot. You have to be doing this a long time to get some sort of income. But I've been doing it, casual jobs. There hasn't been consistent income from the online work, but it's been jobs here and there that have, some of them have even come to me with my profile, and yeah, it's been very helpful. I'm not going to say no. It hasn't been steady income, but it's been very, very helpful. I just recently did a job, for example, that just being a native Australian, they needed people with native Australian accents to complete recording tasks, and this is what I've been doing. I think it took me about a week, and I made some pretty decent amount of cash with that. It was just recording my voice, reading quotes off the screen, and doing like role play calls, that sort of thing, and I was getting paid to talk, basically. I just had to have an Australian accent, and that was it. So it's very easy to make a little bit of money online now. It's not going to be anywhere near enough to make just relying on online work for me right now. It's just a little bit of casual on the side work right now, but hopefully my goal is to eventually get to that level where I can make consistent income that can also, that I can rely on more frequently as well. So that's the goal. But yeah, that's what I do basically on the side. That's my main source of income: rental property, and then doing work on the side online. So yeah, that's what I do. And I hope that answers your question, Belv. Thank you very much. All right, we got another question from Belv here. Dating a family's daughter and living in their home, what is expected by you in regards to chipping in financially? Another great question. These are all great questions, by the way. I've always said it's a great question, but these are very great questions because they help a lot with people in regards to their way of thinking. And if if any of you have plans moving out here, it would help a lot as well. But yes, this is a very good question. Now, if you would have asked me, let's say, when I first came to Thailand in 2014, if you would have asked me that I would be living here in the province in a village with my girlfriend and her family, I would have thought you are crazy. I didn't even have plans to have a girlfriend just recently. I was just living the single life, and I was pretty chill. I was enjoying that. But then I met Anna, and she was an amazing person, and I thought, what's the point of being single anymore? She's got everything I would want in a person, and she's great. So living in the province, it's a little bit difficult for me because someone my age, for example, it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit can be a little bit boring at times. But I just have moved here because I want to spend time with my girlfriend, and I want to get to know her family a lot more as well. So that was the whole thing with that. But in regards to chipping in financially, so basically I didn't actually invite myself here. My girlfriend didn't invite me either to stay here. It actually came directly from her father. Anna's father invited me to stay. He was like, listen, if you want to come and live here with us in the province, come on down. I'll just ask you to pay for the electric bills. You don't have to pay for rent. Just pay for the electric bill every month, and we'll be happy to have you. And Anna was shocked. I was shocked. And it was more or less like something that I had to think about for a while, because I thought, yes, it's going to be a little bit boring living in the village for someone my age, but I will still have the opportunity to travel. Maybe once a month I could go somewhere. That was my way of thinking. And it was just chipping in financially is all I'm chipping in is the electric bills every month. That is really all. I might also buy my food for me. Like if I crave my Western food, guys, I obviously want my Western food, and obviously Anna's family can't, I'm not gonna pay for that. So I will pay for that myself happily, of course. And when we go to Lotus or the supermarket or something, I will get what I want to eat, and I'll pay for that happily. So those are really all the finances that I chip in around here. I will help them out also if they have something unexpected come up. If they've had some financial troubles, I'll help them with a little bit of a bill here and there. But really, it's always just the electrical bills and the food for me that I want to eat, the foreign food that I want to eat, the imported stuff. That's really all that I pay for. I did chip in at the start for an aircon here in the bedroom, because they didn't have an aircon before, and obviously the bathroom out there at the front there. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll leave it on the screen somewhere. You guys can check out a full tour of the village that I'm staying in. It's very helpful. But yeah, that's really all that I chip in around here, and I can't thank them enough. They're an amazing family over here. They treat me like their own, you know, and they take care of me just superbly. And yeah, I'm very happy to be here. It took a little bit of time settling in, but I'm very happy to be here, and that's really what I chip in regarding financially. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Belv. And the last question from Belv here comes in. What did you do as a job in Oz? Why did you decide to pack up and move to Thailand? Would you have moved if you didn't find a partner? So yeah, in Australia, Belv, what I used to do, I was actually a hotel front office receptionist. Now, I apologize for the background noise if you guys are hearing that. This is what I'm talking about, the background noise around here. They're doing a bit of construction. But yeah, regarding jobs in Australia, I was a front office receptionist in a hotel. That was what I did. And I was working for, shout out to my Adina crew, man. I don't know if some of you guys are still watching me, but miss you guys, hope you're doing well. But yeah, I was a front office receptionist for about 4 to 5 years. I think it was 4.5 years. And that's what I did over there. And yeah, it was pretty good. It paid the bills, got me to save money. I worked there during the whole COVID lockdowns and stuff back in Melbourne. So yeah, that was a pretty good experience, and there was a great bunch of people that I used to work with. I had no complaints with them, but that was great. But yeah, that was my job. Why did you decide to pack up and move to Thailand? So basically, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. You know, ever since coming here in 2014, I absolutely loved it. I've been coming here on, you know, 2-week, 3-week holidays every year. But I really wanted to spend a long time here. I wanted to see and experiment what it would be like to live here on a long-term sort of basis, because this is where I see myself sort of being based a lot. And I wanted to see what it was like, because it's, you know, it's a whole lot different being here on holiday compared to living here. So why did I decide to pack up and move? It was really to test it out. It was really to test out how it was like living here long-term and dealing with that. And I can say proudly that I absolutely loved it, and I don't regret it whatsoever. That was why I packed up and moved here during that whole COVID situation. And also my dad was a big motivation for me. He passed away 4 years ago, but he used to come with me to Thailand, and we used to always love our little trips here to Thailand. And he and I actually had plans to move here together prior to his passing. And you know, we used to watch YouTube videos all the time, and it was fun, man. It was really good. We used to really connect in that sort of father-son bond whilst we were planning our sort of trip to Thailand. We didn't get into any serious sort of planning for this, but I promised him that I would come here to do what he couldn't do. And I know he's with me all the time, you know, I know he's with me all the time, but yeah, I wanted to really do this for him. It really motivated me to come here and you know, base myself long-term. He was one of my motivations. So yeah, that's why I decided to do that. Would I have moved if you didn't find a partner? Yes, I would have moved anyway. So I had moved here. I spent most of 2021 here and most of 2022 here. So yeah, I would have moved regardless if I didn't have Anna. You know, that was, again, I had no intention to have a girlfriend prior to coming to Thailand. And I just met Anna along the way, you know, in person. I knew her prior to coming here, but we didn't get, you know, really close until meeting her in person. So, but yeah, I would have come here regardless. So yeah, hope that answers the question, Bob. Thank you for the great questions. I really appreciate that. All right, we've got the last question comes from Billy. What are your future plans 6 to 12 months from now? Where do you see yourself living? What's life like in a province? Thank you very much, Billy. I appreciate your comments on all my videos. I see them a lot, so I really appreciate you supporting the channel, Billy. But my future plans 6 to 12 months from now, that's a very good question. So obviously around December, January, I plan to take my girlfriend to Australia, spend about 3 months there. I will be going with her, and I will be coming back here to Thailand after that 3 months with her. So her and I, we don't want to do this sort of long distance relationship. This is something we agreed on prior to making it all official. You know, her and I, we agreed that we don't want to do long distance stuff. You know, I want to live with her, she wants to live with me together. We don't want to do this, you know, being separated for like 6 to 12 months at a time. We want to be together all the time. That's what a healthy relationship can grow into. I don't believe in long distance stuff, and she doesn't believe in long distance stuff as well. So that was really the plan and I like to be with her and her family. And this has been a golden opportunity for me because I've got to spend time and get to know her family as well, her mum and dad, and they've got the time to know me as well personally. So it's a win-win sort of situation. But yeah, those are my plans. After that, coming back to Thailand, yeah, that's a very good question. Around March, April, we're gonna have to wait and see. I haven't really thought that far ahead, honestly. We're gonna have to wait and see. I might be doing the same thing, coming to stay here in her village. I might try to apply for a job here in Thailand, you know, like a more, you know, different type of work. You know, I know the Australian Embassy was hiring, but, you know, I'm not saying that I'm going to go for them, but we'll see what happens. You know, there's a lot of different opportunities here for foreigners, I believe. So we're going to have to wait and see. But right now, my main focus is getting my girlfriend to Australia, going back home with her for 3 months and getting her accustomed to what it's like living there and seeing my family and friends, because I think it's a very good opportunity. You know, I've got some of my family members, my grandparents, they're not getting any younger. You know, I want them to be able to get the chance to meet my girlfriend in person, because I don't think they're fit enough to come here to Thailand. It's a long trip, so, you know, I'm gonna bring her to them, and so then they can meet her, you know, because they're not getting any younger. And yeah, that's really the main sort of focus there is getting her to Australia for that 3 months and then seeing what happens when we come back. Where do I see myself living again? Yeah, probably Thailand, most likely. We're gonna have to wait and see. Life in the province. I've made a video on this earlier. I've settled in about 2 months now here. It's been a little bit boring, you know, definitely been a little bit boring at times, but I've got to get to know Anna and her family, and it's been absolutely amazing here. They've taken care of me so well, and it's been a nice sort of change of pace, nice, quiet, slow life, and I've really enjoyed it. I really do. You know, every so often we'll go and travel a little bit. We'll go to Udon Thani, we'll go to, you know, next month, or not next month, in a few weeks, we're going to Bangkok and Pattaya. So we're very excited for that. So it's not all solely focused here in the village. We're going to travel a little bit as well. But yeah, it's been great here. Definitely a little bit boring at times, but without the, you know, having the chance to travel, you know, it's been great. And I've had the opportunity to get to know Anna and her family. It's been absolutely amazing. So that I don't regret doing whatsoever. But maybe in the future I might make a video on, you know, the differences between Thai culture and Western culture. You know, living here in the village, I've definitely found a lot of differences, you know, a lot of cultural differences. So I might make a video on that in the future if you guys are interested in something like that. Yeah, let me know. I'd love to make that sort of video for you guys. I might do that in the future. I'm thinking of doing a day in the life here as well, a foreigner living in the village, you know, something like that. So I think you guys would enjoy that as well. But those are all the questions, guys. Thank you for submitting all of your questions. I really appreciate that, and I hope that answered some of your questions. I might do another one of these, you know, maybe when I get to 1,000 subs. Let's see, you know, my goal by the end of this year is to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at 760 something right now, so we've got about 4 months left. Let's see if we can get to 1,000. I think it's realistic and achievable. And if you guys would love to share my channel around with your family and friends, that would really help out as well. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. But that'll do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel for upcoming videos in the future. And don't forget to click the notification bell to be notified of any upcoming videos as well. And be sure to click the thumbs up button on this video. It really helps out the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm very grateful for your time. God is good. Let the journey continue.